Shall we go into the news of the week right now?
I think so. Brought to you by Eagle Mortgage.
Eagle Mortgage has been at it for more than 30 years. Holly Schneiderwind and her team do an outstanding job. Doesn't matter whether you're doing conventional, FHA, VA. They have even some other mortgages that they do as well. But the main thing is they are not beholden to one bank. They shop the banks. They're a broker who works for you and find the best. Their goal is to find the best financing option for you as you get ready to go out there and make a pretty big purchase if you're thinking about buying a house. And by the way, we keep hearing all of this stuff about interest rates, and yeah, they have gone up a lot from what they used to be, but people are still buying and selling houses. In fact, it's still a very active housing market, even during the holidays like we are right now. People are buying and selling houses. Talk to Holly and her team. They'll get you started when you are ready to go out into the fun and exciting world of buying a house. All right, well, on with the news. Trenton was kind of exciting. We had a groundbreaking this week for the Baby Bob Bridge. This is the bridge to a bridge, you might say. North downtown, is full of all sorts of activity with Charles Schwab Field, CHI Health Center Omaha, and all of the stuff in the Builders District. But if you wanted to get to the riverfront, it wasn't so easy. Still isn't. But construction has started, even though the groundbreaking was this week. We had construction start a while before that. And this is a $6 million project, very nice looking bridge that will take you over the railroad tracks and bring you right up to the start of the Bob Carey Bridge, which takes you over the Missouri River. We have a rendering of it on the Grow Omaha Facebook page if you want to see what this Baby Bob Bridge will look like. But the key thing, Trenton, with all of the stuff going on downtown, it's more connectivity and opens up more options.
I want my Baby Bob, Baby Bob, Baby Bob.
That's all you have to say about it?
No, I think it's funny, though, that you and I give a lot of tours of Omaha. We talk about Omaha. That's our job, and that's the purpose of the show. Have you ever noticed that we always precede every project with what it costs? Well, it's only $6 million.
It's kind of a journalistic. That's kind of a journalistic tenet when we're reporting the news. So we do that because that what things cost is pretty relevant.
And I think over the 20 years,
what do you think about the bridge?
Over the 20 years, these prices have gone up. But no, I think it's neat. It's overdue, and it'll definitely be a good addition to what we have down there.
So I was looking at some of the quotes and comments that were made during the groundbreaking ceremony. And one of the speakers talked about the disproportionately large percentage of people who cross the Bob Carey pedestrian bridge during the 10 days of College World Series. Makes a lot of sense, and it'll be just interesting to see what this does to enhance that experience for people who come out of town. I noticed when I was watching CWS games, I would catch an inning or two here or there during the series last year, how many cutaway shots the network would use of the bridge. Like most of the cutaway shots, you might do like the stadium or maybe do downtown Omaha, but a lot of the cutaway shots were of the bridge.
I wonder if it's more during the day or more during the night with the LED lighting changing and stuff.
It seemed like toward the end of the game when the lights were on, you would see a little bit more. But of course, the days are so long that time of year that you don't get a lot of nighttime shots during College World Series time. Well, Nebraska is number 10 on the list of best states to work in 2023, according to a study released earlier this week from Peak Sales Recruiting. The study analyzed wages, union representation, work hours, taxes, remote work, things like that. The 10 best cities are, or rather states in order: Oregon, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Montana, Delaware, Washington, Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska. And anytime there's like a good ranking, it seems like Nebraska and the Dakotas are always in there. Like Nebraska and the Dakotas do well on all of this sort of stuff.
I can see that, and I always think it's interesting that we report all these different rankings, and you always wonder like what is the methodology that too of their what's the process for them selecting us, and who are they talking to, and what kind of data are they running?
Yeah, this one pulled a bunch of data from Census Bureau, Bureau of Labor Statistics, a lot of federal reporting and that sort of thing. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, I would say, generally speaking, the workforce here seems happy. We just don't have enough of it. We do get some more of them. But those who are here do seem to be pretty happy compared to the workers in a lot of places, I guess. Well, since we're talking about the state of Nebraska, let's talk about a state issue. The Imagine Nebraska, it's abbreviated as NE capitalized.
Wow.
But the Imagine Nebraska Act, which was passed back in 2020 to spur economic growth, we got a little report on how it is doing, courtesy of Nebraska Examiner. And looks like so far we have had 50 companies take advantage of the Imagine Nebraska Act. They have pledged to create a total of just under 2,500 new jobs and invest $1.55 billion, billion with a B. The largest project so far is Mutual of Omaha's headquarters tower. That's a $600 million project, but only about $450 million of it count towards this act. Other large projects in the state, there is a $180 million project in Kimball, Nebraska with 80 new jobs. And then a couple in Blair, Perfect Day Incorporated of Blair, $275 million and 70 jobs. And then Novozymes in Blair, $267 million and 50 jobs. So, Blair has such amazing investments going on in the biorefinery campus right along the Missouri River. Doesn't surprise me that you have a couple in Blair.
And we get people from all over the world. And was a king, not a king and a queen, but we had a prince and a princess or something.
Oh, from Denmark, yeah. When I was actually at that thing, and they had to put these like rose petals or something down for them to walk on. And
reminds me of home.
It was a big deal for people I had never heard of until that event, but it was impressive nonetheless. So a couple of observations from the air, if you will. I was coming in for a landing at Epley Thursday morning, and the plane took a different route than usual. We kind of went right over the middle of the city and then looped around and landed from the north. And a couple things stood out. One, the Google campus under construction near 114th and State Street.
Oh, wow.
From the air looks extremely impressive. They already have what looks like one massive building enclosed, a second massive building almost enclosed, and then they are just going to town, grading what looks like hundreds of additional acres to the north.
That
so
Northwest
that looks
corridor,
pretty cool.
I think it's really going to spur, it already has, but it was kind of a quiet corridor for the last 20 years, and now it's just kind of exploding.
Yeah, absolutely. And that Blair High Road, 4-lane divided highway has the potential for a lot more. And even when you get beyond the Douglas County border into southern Washington County, there's good land there that could be developable for industrial.
And if you take Blair High Road, you get off Interstate 680. I am selling a building for the Walling Company, which is a really cool company that does industrial pumps for ethanol and manufacturing and stuff. Rob Berry and his wife own the business. Mimi Quinn's the CFO. And I'm excited because I'm helping them transition. They're getting a much bigger building, not too far away, actually, and we're going to sell their existing building. But it's good to see local companies grow, and that's what the Walling Company's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do want to go back to something else I saw when we were coming in for a landing on Thursday morning. Great view of, and this is why I thought of it, the biorefinery campus. It was off in the distance a little bit, but when you see that biorefinery campus in Blair, right along the Missouri River from the air, you realize just how much is there. I mean, it is a major concentration of commerce and economic activity and manufacturing.
What's funny is sometimes it's hard to get businesses to come here, and as we've talked about before, but once they're here, they expand.
They're kind of like people. They always say it's hard to get people to come here, but once they do come here, recruiters will say it's hard to get people to come here, but once they're here, it's hard to recruit them away from here.
Which is great.
And we love that. We just need to get it so it's a little easier for them to come on the front end. Finally, the Salvation Army plans to expand and renovate its North Core Community Center. This is on 24th Street at Pratt on the north side. This project received city council approval earlier this week. Plans call for renovating 14,000 square feet and constructing an additional 29,000 square feet of space. Nice to see some momentum on the 24th Street corridor. We've talked a few times about North End Teleservices, a big building they're constructing a little south of that at 24th and Lake, but momentum on the 24th Street corridor to be sure. And ladies and gentlemen, that is your news of the week, which is brought to you by Eagle Mortgage. You can find them in person at 114th and Davenport or online at eaglemortgagecompany.com.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.